while attending Universitas Muhammadiyah Banjarmasin, especially the English department. Can you tell me, please, somebody? So that I can link then what I'm going to present. Yes?
Hello, can I answer that?
Okay, now.
Okay, sorry, I can open my camera. Can
No problem, no problem. Okay, move on.
My name is Rachel, but I'm not from Universitas Muhammadiyah, but
No problem.
I'm from Sarimula University. The material subject that I got from attending my study program that a lot of English. I think grammar is really difficult for me to learn, but I got that grammar, speaking, listening, but I'm more difficult to learn grammar, by the way. Thank you.
Okay, good. Now, what I mean here is subject matters or subjects related to pedagogy. What you just mentioned just now is language proficiency. That is the English proficiency. Now, I would like, okay, good. Here, Adria, I think, micro teaching. What else? What else? Anybody, please? What else? Micro teaching, and then what else?
Curriculum
As a teacher.
TEFL, yes.
Okay, TEFL, good. What else?
Curriculum development.
Curriculum development, good. Anybody say anybody else?
Yeah, teaching method.
Yeah, I think teaching method is TEFL, eh? Yeah, to be specific, teaching method is TEFL. For you, yeah, for you. Okay, instructional design, good. Teaching media, good. What else? One more thing. One more thing. If you have goal, you have what? If you have goal, you have what? If you have instructional planning, you have what then? Okay, ESP, classroom management. Good. Good. Yeah, this is the last one, assessment.
Assessment.
Okay. Yeah, so those are the components of pedagogical aspects. Yeah, from goals, yeah, from curriculum, yeah, teaching strategies here is TEFL. Okay, so when you teach, okay, when you teach, what you have to think in mind is first the goal, learning goal. Okay, then in order to reach the goal, you have what? Anybody can answer? In the chat is okay. In order to reach the goal, you need what? Okay.
Material and method.
Good. Materials. Okay, I think, yeah, was that the try to answer my question, yeah? And the chat is okay, yeah. So what you have to do as prospective teachers or even lecturers, what you have to keep in mind is the goal. Okay, this is usually presented in curriculum. Yeah, in my university, we have a lesson called curriculum. And then in the curriculum, you have goal. To reach the goal, you need what? Materials, right? Now, how will you present the materials? You need what? Anybody? Okay, media, very good. Okay. What goes hand in hand with media? Good, method. Yeah, that is very important. Yeah, so teaching strategy or what's that? Teaching strategy, how to teach. This is all called method. Okay, but in English, specifically, we call it TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language. Okay, in order to know whether your goal is achieved or not, then you need what? Answer please in the chat. Good. Yeah, you need to evaluate or assess. Okay, but evaluate is for program. What a teacher do in the classroom is focus more on assessment. Okay, good. Yeah, from Kutai, good assessment. Yeah. So this is the basic knowledge that you have to know. Yeah, this is the basic knowledge. Then I would like to know now. I think I give you time, perhaps 1 or 2 minutes to think. What are the goals of teaching English at primary level, lower secondary, SMP, Sanawiyah, upper secondary, SMK, MA, and at tertiary level? Okay, I give you 2 minutes to think, and please try to answer. Can be verbal, can be in the chat. From Eka here. Which one? Which level? You have to mention to me. Primary, lower secondary, upper secondary, or university. You have to put over there in your chat. Which level? Which level of education? Primary level is to? Primary level is to? Learning English is to? University
Young learner.
level. Pardon?
Yeah.
Primary level is to introduce. Okay, try to be more specific. Introduce what? To know many words. What is it? Is it primary level or secondary? Yeah. Or raise hand. Come on, please. Ida. Ida, please. Say it. Ida, will you please say it? What is the goal of learning English at primary level? To read vocabulary, grammar, okay. Anybody else? Primary level is to introduce the target language, okay. Try to be more specific, please. More specific. To know the name of things, okay. That is already going to the competence, eh? Okay, now let me tell you. Yeah, please write down, write down, because I don't have it in my slide. Okay, so the teaching of English in different level of education should be related to literacy. Okay, please write down. This is the way I teach my students. So they have to know their, let's say, the foundation, the basic knowledge first. What is the purpose of teaching English at primary level?
Makanya adik itu diizinkan Tuhan supaya adik percaya bahwa
what is it? What is it? I heard something, distortion. Okay, Ida, you raise your hand. Ida, you want to say something? Hello, Ida. Are you there? Okay then. Yeah, because this is online, it's not easy. The teaching, are you prepared? Are you ready to write down? All of you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the teaching of English at primary level is to reach the performance level of literacy. What does it mean? Performance level. It means that they just learn English and then they try to perform it. So it's not necessary to teach them rules in English in detail, because this is still primary. Yeah, Fitra, I'm not using my slide.
Di
Ya.
ruangan.
Okay, Fitra, I'm not moving my slide yet. Okay, because I want to know your knowledge first. Yeah, this is questioning from me. I give you questions. Yeah, so at primary level, anybody can repeat? What is the goal of teaching English at primary level? Anybody please try to repeat?
The purpose
To
of
read the performance
teaching
level of the
that
literacy.
Yeah, performance level of literacy. Yeah, because in Indonesia now we talk about a lot about literacy. If you don't understand what literacy is, you may have a look at your gadget. Yeah, good, Trishna. To reach the performance level of literacy. And then now, lower secondary, SMP or Sanawiyah, to reach what level of literacy? To reach what level of literacy? If you look at the content in the Permendikbud, yeah, in standard EC, what is the purpose of teaching English at lower secondary? Yeah, to reach the functional level of literacy. Okay. Okay, now let me ask you, in your subject curriculum, okay, perhaps instructional planning, the purpose of teaching English at lower secondary is to reach the functional level of literacy. Can you please mention some language function for SMP students? Yeah, good, Paulinima. Satria, very good. To reach the functional level of literacy. Okay, will you please mention some language function for SMP students?
Short text, ma'am.
Aha, function, language function, not text. Yeah, good. Here, greetings. How to greet, that is function.
Oh, expression.
Yeah, good. Yeah, language expression. Okay, now let me ask you. Okay, asking for simple direction. Good. Introducing yourself. Good. Yeah, I think that's all. Now let me ask you. Sorry, yeah, if I drink, yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Now let me ask you. Where can you find materials to teach for SMP? In which document?
Textbooks.
Textbook? Are you sure? To see, SMP, they have to learn how to introduce, how to ask for simple direction, how to respond to let's say an offer.
Video, ma'am.
Pardon?
Video.
Video, that is materials. More, above the materials. What is it? In what document?
Syllabus.
Okay, in the syllabus.
Okay.
Okay, in the syllabus. Where can you find the syllabus? Where can you find the syllabus? Okay, in the curriculum. So for SMP, for SD, SMP, even for TK, you have to find it in the curriculum. And then the curriculum is in which government document? In which government document? The curriculum. Come on. Where can you find the content of the curriculum? Okay, in the Kemendikbud. In which standards? In which standards? In which standard? Is it standard 2? Are you sure? Standard 2 is about what, Mahvita? In which standard? Good. Mukholik, yeah. Mukholik, yeah. in standards of content, standard EC. Okay, and then now you have to look at Permendikbud. Write down please about the standard EC nowadays. Okay, yeah, standards of content. Very good, Fauzia. Okay, good. Now, what you have to find out now is Permendikbud number 7, year 2022. That is about the latest standard EC. Please have a look at that. Later, I will show it to you. Yeah. So, yeah, number 7, 2022. Susiati, or perhaps here Susiati, not 21, 22. Number 7, 22. That's right, Boisha. That is right. Okay, is it clear now? Now, for SMA, what is the purpose? For SMA, what is the purpose? Yeah, sangat takutai, good. 7, year 22. For SMA, to reach which level of literacy? SD as performance. SMP, Sanamya, yeah, is functional. SMA, SMK, Alia is to reach which level of literacy? Okay, not comprehension, but yes?
Understand.
Yes? Yeah, what is it? Okay, informational level of literacy. Okay, the purpose or the objective, or also not objective, yeah, the goal of learning English at senior high school or upper lower secondary is to reach the informational level of literacy. That's why there appear many kinds of texts. Can you mention the text for SMA or SMK or Alia?
Narrative text, ma'am.
Narrative, what else? Higher. This is for SMA. Higher.
Procedural.
Report text.
Procedural.
Procedure. Okay, yeah, here. Discussion, procedural. Okay, exposition.
Exposition text.
Yes, okay,
Analytical.
discussion. Yeah, good. Yeah, because if it is still recount and then narration and then description, that is for SMP. Okay, and then that's why should they read lots of text? Because they want to go to university. That's why they have to reach the informational level of literacy. Okay, is it clear?
Very clear.
Yeah, very clear. Yeah? Okay, good. Now to university like you, what is your purpose of learning English? Yeah, for you, university students, what is your purpose of learning English? To reach which level of literacy? To communicate is too general. Yeah, communicate is too general. Okay, ESP, okay. Yeah, what competence? What competence? Yeah. Okay, then let me tell you. For you, university students, yeah, for university student, for you is to reach the epistemic level of literacy. Epistemic level of literacy. What does it mean? Meaning your English is used to transfer knowledge. No. Ya. Ya. Sekian yang No slide yet. No slide yet. This is still background knowledge for you. Before I continue my the presentation later on based on the slide. Okay.
Understood, Prof.
Okay, good. Yeah, there is a question here. How can I speak English fluently? Use it every day. Okay, use it every day. Yeah, from early morning to late in the evening or in the night. Okay. Okay, now, are you ready for my presentation?
Yes, we are.
Okay, now.
Yes, ready.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have no, this is as your background knowledge, you have to know the goals of learning, learning English in Indonesia. Because why? Because this topic is future direction. You see that? If you don't know the condition now, I think it's hard for you to know the future direction. Okay. Oh, one more thing, I think. What is literacy, by the way? I think I asked you to find out in your gadget. What is literacy, by the way? Anybody?
Ability to use the ability to understand and use information. Is it correct?
The ability to
Use and understand information.
before you use. What did you
Understand.
do?
Understand.
Yeah. So literacy nowadays means the ability to accept information and then try to understand and then try to analyze and transfer. Okay, not only reading and writing. That is the old paradigm. The new paradigm of literacy is the ability to manage information. Yeah, you try to accept information and then you try to understand, analyze, and then transfer. That's why you as university students, you have to be free from hoax because you have to be critical. Otherwise, your literacy is still low. That's good. Yes. Yeah. That is the meaning of literacy nowadays. Okay. Okay. Pak Yansha, can I have the second slide?
Okay.
Okay. I would like to start my explanation or my presentation with the universal context. Okay. Yeah, next please, Pak. Okay. Now, please try to understand this. Okay. Please try to understand this. Well, actually, this is a very old concept. Okay. This is a very old concept, but this concept is still applicable nowadays. Okay. If you try to have a look at the reference here is Duncan and Biddle, 1974. This is the conceptual scheme of instructional process, the teaching and learning process. How many variables are there? There are 4. This is in any teaching and learning process, there are 4 variables. Okay, if you look at this, okay, this diagram. The first one is we call presets variables. Okay, and what do you have in presets? Yeah, presets means the condition. Okay, the condition, the prerequisites that we as teacher or as an educator should have to think. If we don't think of these variables, then your teaching and learning process will be in vain, will be useless. Okay, that's why presage variable is very important. Yeah, this is still the universal concept. Later on, I will talk about this concept in your country, in Indonesia. You see that? Yeah. The first one, no, not yet, Pak. Not yet, Pak. Pak, not yet, Pak. Please, the previous slide. Yes. The presage variables consist of teacher formative experience. Can anybody help me? For what is the example of this? Teacher formative experience. What does it mean? Anybody, please? Hello?
Maybe any trainings that the teachers have joined.
Okay, Bapak, thank you. But training is the second point.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So what is the first one? Formative, normative. What is it? I think this is, you have this in Undang-Undang Guru dan Dosen. What is it? Formative. So it means?
Previous education.
Good. Previous education. For SMP, yeah, this is actually government's planning. As one students, okay, as one, later on, yeah, in the future life, in the future direction of teaching English, S1 is for TK and primary. And then for SMP and SMA, the teacher should graduate from S2. Yeah, this is the future direction. So you have to think about this. And then for university, only S3 and Guru Besar. That's all. Okay, because like in my department, we try to recruit lecturers not from S2 anymore, but should be S3. Okay, doctors or philosophy of doctors. Yeah, PhD. Can be domestic, can be overseas. Okay, so if you are interested to teach in my university, you have to go to S3 first. Okay, that is at Universitas Negeri Malang. Okay, the second one is training. Can you give me an example of training? What kind is it? Anybody? Anybody, please? Training, college life, training for teacher, training for teacher, training for teacher. Okay, PPL. Okay, PPG. Okay, good. Yeah, PPL is while you're still studying. Yeah, but PPG is after you graduate. Very good. That are the examples of training. Now we go to teacher properties. Can anybody mention teacher properties? For example, what? Yeah, PPL. Okay, training. Yeah, declared. Yeah, what kind of declared? You have to be specific. Yeah, declared is general. Okay. Okay, then teacher properties later on. Publication is part of actually for training. Yeah, properties good, like developing the ability to develop lesson plan. Yeah, Novi, good. Now we go to context variables. We have to know the student formative experience. Whether your students, okay, still primary or perhaps preschool students, so you have to know this. And then you have to understand your students, that is properties, like their proficiency, okay, their age, okay, their previous learning, that is student properties. And here is school and community context, including the government. Perhaps we have so many now, I think now we have so many policies from the government. So you have to follow that. And here is classroom context, okay? And then we go to the process variables. This is what we expect to, especially nowadays, process variables are important. This is the dealing with TESL. Okay, process variables deals with TESL. Yeah, that is the interaction of teacher and students to change in students' behavior. And the last one, product variables. Yeah, immediate students' growth. It means this is the product variables here involves assessment, evaluation is here. Okay, so you teach English to your students. Is it for immediate or the short-term goal or the long-term goal? Okay, I think we'll see it later on. Okay, that's all, Pa. Next slide. Yeah, here, I think I mentioned already, yeah? So like teacher formative, this is experience the teacher, yeah? Every experience a teacher has prior to pre-service teacher education, okay? And then this is the training we already mentioned. And then here, teacher properties, okay? Dealing with teacher's characteristic and roles. So here we try to talk about crisis variables for nowadays and future. Okay, not about the past. Next, please, Pa. Yeah, because there are so many slides, so I have to run here. Here, look at the teacher's role here. Now, you as teacher will have so many roles here. Okay, controller, this is dealing with classroom management, how you manage your class. Organizer, you have to organize your students. Okay, not only the students, also the materials. Teacher as an assessor. Yeah, this is the thing, this is very important. Whether your instructional process, the teaching and learning process is successful or not. And here is the as prompter. So you have to use a lot of media, not only media, but also the strategies you use. Okay, here teacher as participant. So now that's why we try to eliminate the teacher-centered approach. Nowadays, we look forward to student-centered approach. Okay, student active learning, SAL. Yeah, you have to keep in mind this one. Teacher as a resource. This is your role as facilitator, not dominating the classroom. Okay, and here is a tutor. Yeah, tutor means helper. Yeah, or as a mentor. Okay, the last one is observers, of course, because you have to later on, if your teaching and learning process is not as what we or the student expect, then you have to use with that like perhaps remedy or enrich. Okay, next please. Okay, the next one here is process variables. I think I mentioned it already. Yeah, just try to read yourself here. Yeah, in the process, a teacher should also observe. Okay, don't neglect your students' behavior. Yeah, next please, the last variable. Pak Yansha. Okay, this is the last one. Immediate student growth. Okay, so this aspect or this variable is measured by evaluating student learning of the subject matter, not only subject matter, but also attitude. Remember, I think this is for curriculum 2013, especially, yeah, also for university students. In our country, there are 3 competencies to accomplish. Okay, what is the first competence? Anybody can mention? Let me try to repeat. In our country, students should achieve 3 competencies. What are they? Anybody, please?
Knowledge.
Good. What else?
Attitude and
Yes. And then?
And effective, yeah.
Knowledge, attitude, and
effective.
Is it effective?
No, psychomotor.
Affective.
Cognitive, affective, psychomotor.
I forgot. Affective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowledge, and then psychomotoric, and
Yeah, psychomotor.
Affective.
that is the old paradigm. And then now we call it what? Number 1 is, come on, curriculum 2013.
Knowledge, right?
Number 1 is?
Knowledge.
Not knowledge.
Psychomotoric today.
No, we
Communication
don't talk.
skill.
We don't talk about psychomotoric now. Okay, Unanda.
Character.
Attitude.
Character, attitude.
Yes, character is number 1. Okay. If someone is very intelligent but very low in moral, it's not good. Even she or he cannot promote to a higher class. Yeah. You see that? I think you have here SMA Nasional Makassar. You see that? I think if your student is smart but no good attitude, yeah, she or he will not. Yeah, she or he will not be promoted. Nggak naik kelas. Yeah, attitude is number 1. Also for university students, attitude is number 1. And then the second one is, the second competence is, after attitude, something here in your mind?
Cognitive.
Yeah.
Cognitive.
Knowledge, we call it now.
Knowledge.
Yeah. So number 1 is attitude. Number 2 is knowledge. And number 3 is skill.
Psychomotoric.
Yeah.
Skill.
Okay. We don't use psychomotoric anymore now. We use skill. Though it has the same, perhaps the same concept, but we use the latest term. Ya, kita pakai istilah yang sekarang ya.
Okay.
Ya. Attitude, knowledge, and skill.
Skill.
Yeah. This is not only for SD or TK, perhaps TK is a bit different. Not for, this is for primary, secondary, and tertiary levels of education. Okay, good. And then the long term here, it means after finishing one level of education, what do the students want to be? Yeah, this is what we call long term. Yeah, I think now, yeah, Ada, does it relate to profil pelajar Pancasila? You will see it later on. Yeah, you will see it later on. Okay, next please. Okay, now we go to our country. Okay, for the Indonesia context, please look at, especially here for teachers and lecturers, Undang-Undang, okay, the Constitution number 14, 2005. Please try to read it. It is downloadable from the internet, Kemendikbud. Okay? Yeah. Undang-Undang Republik Indonesia nomor 14 tahun 2005 about here. This is the material. See that? Yeah. So it's a must, ya. Ini wajib ya, bukan sunnah. Ya, this is compulsory to read. Otherwise, you don't know where to go, because this is your guideline. Next, please, Pak. Okay, so we go back to the previous model, but now referring to our country. Good, that is about Undang-Undang Guru dan Dosen, Unanda. Very good. Ini ada yang angkat tangan, ini siapa itu? Widya, you want to say, you want to ask something? Widya Fatmala, you raise your hand. You want to ask something? Ah, where is Widya? Okay, now look at this. Previously, I mentioned the 4 main variables universally. Okay, now we go back to this model again, to this concept again, but for our country. See that here? For assets variables, you have teacher's roles, teacher competence, yeah, teacher's competence, that is based on Undang-Undang ya, number 16, 2007. And then continuing personal, professional, I think I made a mistake here, not personal ya, professional. Yeah, CPD, and then as a teacher, lecturers, you have to do research. Okay, and then now also there is the concept of guru penggerak and curriculum merdeka. I don't talk about kampus merdeka. Yeah, I just concentrate on this first. And then for the context variables, here we will talk about profil pelajar Pancasila and sekolah penggerak. Because you have guru penggerak, then if it is in school context, we call it sekolah penggerak. I think for guru penggerak, kurikulum merdeka, sekolah penggerak, profil pelajar Pancasila, please have a look at the website. A lot about this. This is what you have to revise or to improve in your teaching and learning process later on. Okay, and here we have what we call process variables. This is the teaching and learning process. What you have to pay attention to is the 21st century attributes, the 6 C's. We will talk about it later on, the 6 C's. And now this is actually this is not new, but for our country, this is still, what is it? Yeah, unfamiliar perhaps. Do you know this, CLIL? Anybody knows CLIL? Yeah, okay, later on then we will talk about it. And then the last one is product variables. As you remember, product variable is for personal growth and for long-term, yeah, long-term effect. That's why you have to do assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning. Yeah, I think for the guru here, they are familiar with this because this one is the assessment guide for curriculum 2013. Yeah, but I think it is also for university. It's also applicable. Okay, next please. Okay. Yeah, so this is the elaboration of presence variable in our country. Okay. You all know, right? We as teachers or prospective teachers or lecturers should have these 4 competencies. Okay. Yeah, the pedagogical is the related to the lesson planning. You see that? And then professional, this is for teachers actually to always update their competencies. Yeah, that's why we have it CPD. Yeah. Social, this is in the interaction in the classroom, at school, at university. Yeah. And here is personality. This is teachers. We have to be patient. You have to be passionate. Okay. Okay, that is the presence variables. Next, please. Yeah, here, yeah. Continuing, yeah. Was that I mentioned it before, yeah. Professional development. Yeah, CPD is needed to improve the quality of education standards because teachers must move forward by equipping themselves with the knowledge and skills to improve their teaching skill and student learning opportunities. That is according to this author. Yeah, next please. And here is research. Yeah, I think we as teachers always we have to conduct research. Okay. Why? That is to improve your, what is it, their competence in the classroom. Yeah, you have to experiment something. If it is good for the students' achievement, competence, move on. If not, then you have to revise or to modify. Yeah, next please. Yeah, this is the concept of guru penggerak. So guru penggerak should have 4 values. Yeah, not only for guru, I think also for lecturer. Yeah, should be independent. What does it mean? A teacher should be competent to make decisions. Okay, not dependent on others. Should be reflective. That is conducting self-evaluation. Usually, for me, I try to give them a kind of questionnaire. Yeah, to evaluate the instructional process in my subject matter, in my lesson. Okay, but you as a teacher, don't feel angry, don't feel insulted if you don't have a good evaluation. For instance, Bu Luki kalau memberi nilai pelit misalnya gitu. Okay? Yeah. So the teacher is not generous to give score. Okay, I think you have to evaluate yourself. Okay, that's why as a teacher, to be reflective, try to have what we call criteria. Yeah, rubric. Yeah. So that it will be fair, then it will be objective. You will pass if you have to fulfill this, and this. Okay? Yeah, in university, in my university, there is at our website, there is a slot for sanggah nilai. Okay? If in sanggah nilai, the students can, what is it, a kind of protest. Why I got B, not A. You see that? That's why, as a teacher or lecturer, try to have set up criteria and announce to the students at the beginning of a lesson. Okay, the next one is innovative, implementing various strategies. That's why I asked you just now about TESL. Okay, so what have you learned in TESL? If your TESL is still old-fashioned, you have to improve it. Join a seminar or read books, experiment it, then it will be innovative. And here, focus on student, student-oriented. Now, you have to pay attention to the student needs, for SD, SMP, university, SMA, and you have to explore their potencies. Yeah, this is about guru penggerak. And then in Jawa Timur, in East Java, Diknas are still train them. Yeah, good. Yeah, later on, okay. Sources on TESL later on then. Next, please. Yeah, this is about Kurikulum Merdeka. I don't know whether you know this or not. Yeah, so why after curriculum 2013, the minister announced or has announced or has launched Kurikulum Merdeka. This is an alternative in a particular level of education to overcome learning loss happening during the pandemic in the academic year 2020 up to 21. Okay, and now school or teacher are still struggling for this. Yeah, I think for the langkah-langkah here, I think you can read it yourself later on. You will have my slide. Okay, I already sent it to Pak Yansha. Yeah. Here, number 4, panduan pengembangan proyek penguatan profil pelajar Pancasila. This is what is new in our curriculum. And it also, it should be also applied in the English instruction. So now, SD, SMP, SMA, they have what we call project. Okay, and the project does not relate to any subject matters. You see that? There are 8 themes for the projects. Okay, later on we will talk about it. Next, please. Yeah, here is the context variables. Now, when you teach English, you have to implement this in your TESL. Berakhlak mulia, I think we do it, right? At the beginning of the session, we always pray. Yeah. So this is now the indicators for our TESL. Yeah, pay attention to this. Okay. Berkebinekaan global. Because our country consists of so many ethnic groups, if you want to teach them, you have to also give them lots of materials about our country. Okay, for example, narration, not always about, anybody can give me narration from any islands in Indonesia? Yeah, anybody please? Not only Java, no, I get bored of Java.
Malin Kundang.
Malin Kundang, get bored. Something else.
Putri Junjung Buih, ma'am.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so please try to introduce the various ethnic groups or the various, what is it, characteristic of all islands in Indonesia. That's why we call it kebinekaan, but this one global. Yeah, batu belah, batu betangkup. You see that? And then after that, you have to go global. Okay, narration, but global. It means outside Indonesia. Yeah, of course, yeah. So it depends on the region. Yeah, but not only your own region. Try to introduce the students to other regions. And then global, narration from Burma, narration from Thailand. That's why you as a teacher, you have to be broad-minded. Read a lot. There are so many videos or YouTube. Yeah, so use technology. And later on here is gotong royong. In TESL, this one, yeah, I suggest you, because here somebody asked me, what about TESL? In TESL now, we use what we call cooperative learning. So when you teach English, then try to implement cooperative learning. Now, let me ask you, perhaps somebody can answer me. What are the principles of cooperative learning? Anybody? This is from TESL. The latest issue, the latest issue, not the old one. Okay, Fausia, yeah, from Makassar. Teamwork, good. Yeah, in cooperative learning, we call it group work. Okay, what else? Discussion, sharing, collaborate with peers. Here, equal opportunity to speak. That's it. Collaborative skills, yes, good. What else? Come on, there are 6 principles. There are 6 principles in cooperative learning. Project-based is the model of learning. Okay, that is the model of learning to implement cooperative learning principles. Okay, so let me mention it. Number 1, you have their teamwork. Yeah, teamwork. And then equal opportunity for each member in the group. And then group dynamic. Ya, interdependence. Ini ya, pada yang menjawab bagus ini ya. Interdependence ya. Individual interdependence or positive interdependence. And then share goal, share leadership. Okay? Yeah. So please try to read cooperative learning because I don't present it here. Yeah. Next, please. Mandiri. Yeah. So ask your students to work individually sometimes. And the next one is critical thinking. Yeah, this is the characteristic of the 21st century. And creativity. That's why you have to give them project so that they are creative. Yeah, work together. Good. Next slide, Pak. Here about sekolah penggerak on developing student outcomes holistically, which includes competence and character, starting with superior human resources. Yeah. So sekolah penggerak here means they have to focus on the students. Yeah. The next one is a refinement of the previous school transformation program. Sekolah penggerak will accelerate public and private school in all conditions to move one or two stages further, because this is to overcome the learning loss during the pandemic. Yeah. Next, please, Pak. This is the, as I told you, Peraturan Menteri Number 7, 2022. Look at this. Now, based on the latest policy, primary school can teach English formally. Okay, and here are the competencies for primary school. Look at the text, only interactional and transactional. Multimodal, okay, and then vocabulary. Here, ragam budaya, but very simple text. Gambar bergerak, ya, video, film, you see that? Yeah, as a visual literacy. Okay, next please, Pak. This is for lower secondary. There are 10 competencies. Look at this. Yeah, this is the latest standard EC. Yeah. So please try to, yeah, here you have now text multimodal. You see that? Strategi analisis isi text. I think that is the latest issue. Yeah. Next, please. This is for the upper secondary, SMA, SMK, Aliyah. Also 10 competencies. Okay. I think a new one, here. They have to learn about multimodal, and then you have bahasa literal, figuratif. This is the use of gaya bahasa. Yeah, language styles. Okay. Next, please. Okay. This is related to TEFL. What you have here is the universal context. Okay. There are 6 C's. Think critically. Okay. If you ask your student to think critically, these are the verb used. They have to characterize, they have to classify, they have to compare. That is to think critically. This is your materials. Your materials should refer to this. Okay, students, you have 2 texts. Please try to compare the 2 texts. Find out what? Okay, the language function the text structure, the linguistic features of the two texts. Yeah. And then they have to work in a group, one student, one particular task. That's why we call it positive interdependence. And communicative clearly. Yeah. If you communicate, try to use language, English, which is clearly understood. I think you as a teacher don't speak English too fast. Your students won't understand you because you are the only model in the classroom. They will listen to you. They will imitate you. So that's why your English should be grammatically right, should be pronounced it right. Okay, utilize connectivity. Yeah, this is like, what's that? One of them is collaboration. And then here is creativity. Yeah, this is culture. And here is work collaboratively. Yeah, when they have to work collaboratively, you have to pay attention to the character. What character are you going to train them? Okay, is it honesty? Okay, or is it what is creative? See, next slide, please. This is the universal context. Now we go to our country. This is the 21st century attributes in Indonesia. You have three. Foundational literacy, competencies, and character qualities. Yeah, look at this. Now, when you teach English, you have to think of all the literacies over there. Okay, like literacy, numeracy, yeah, usually dealing with, well, with numbers usually, yeah. Scientific literacy. What does it mean, scientific? Ask them to think systematically. If they are supposed to speak, ask them to speak in a good or orderly way. Okay, not jumble. And then using ICT. And here is financial literacy, is doing with finance. Yeah, and here is culture and civic literacy. Civic means dealing with human beings, citizens. And here are the competencies. Yeah, critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. And also look at profil pelajar Pancasila. Okay. And the last one is the character here. I think for SD, SMP, SMA, university, you have different character to be trained. Yeah, in SD, I think honesty is number one. Yeah. Okay, next please. This is the process variable now. Well, this is actually not new, but now some schools try to implement this. That is content language integrated learning. There are 4 C's. Content, it means, let's say, I want my students to be good at English. Okay, not just learning English, but also learning other subjects or other lessons in English. For instance, the content is mathematics. And then we try to use or explain the mathematical concept in English. While we communicate, while we are doing problems or we are instead handling tasks, try to include the critical thinking skills, that is cognition. And here, if your students, not only from Indonesia, or perhaps not only from culture, perhaps, you have to think also of the culture. Yeah, so that we can respect each other. Yeah, culture is very important. Yeah, next please, Pak. Yeah, I think this is the last one is product variable. Assessment of learning. This is when a teacher tries to assess to see whether the learning goal is achieved or not. Okay, can be summative tests, can be formative tests. Assessment for learning. This is for a teacher to diagnose students' competence at the beginning. So before you teach, if you don't know their level of proficiency, give them a test. Can be a test, can be interview, okay? Can be verbal, can be non-verbal. And assessment as learning, this is what we call peer assessment and student assessment. They try to monitor their own learning. They try to check whether my writing is good or not. Of course, for this one, the teacher should provide a rubric for them. What to assess them. Okay? Next, please. Yeah, this is my research. Yeah, findings of the study. So once I conducted research to 120, I think, teacher about professional development. And this is the English as a foreign language teacher's perception. What is professional actually according to them? Okay, this is the frequency. It means the respondent who answered my question, and this one is the percentage. So please have a look. According to them, yeah, dimension means the indicator, the descriptors. Yeah, according to them, which one is the highest here? A teacher should be able to transfer knowledge and skill to students. That is about 7.3% only. And then using suitable strategy. You see that? This is, I think, the second most. The first, the highest is the here, good personality. Here, 10%. Yeah. And then mastering teacher material, 16%. Up to date with the trend in ELT is 15%. This is all the teacher's perception about being professional. And the respondent tried or showed us their attempts to be professional. And the highest is about what? Joining seminar or conference or seminar. Sorry, workshop, seminar or conference. The second one is, yeah, joining MGMP. Yeah, this is if you want to be professional. Try to join the teachers forum. And then this is number 1, number 2, number 3 is reading. Okay, I think if you try to ask yourself, do you read a lot or not? Yeah, because that is the key to success. And the last one here, I think sharing ideas with other teachers. That is important. Okay. Yeah, Pak, next please. Yeah, I think that's all. Any question, Pak?
Well, so thank you, Ibu Luki, for such a great presentation. Now it's time to the question and answer sessions. For the audience, you might send your questions in the chat box, or you also can raise your hands and then turn on your microphone. By the way, we have one question from the audience in the chat box.
Yeah, can you read the question, Pak?
How to make it down to earth to the implementations of Profil Pembelajar Pancasila to be successfully implemented at the state, private, and religious background educational institution in Indonesia?
Okay, good question. Well, because the concept of Profil Pembelajar Pancasila is still new, let me try to give you an example of my own school. So I mean not my own school, the university school. Because I happen to manage the Sekolah Laboratorium Universitas Negeri Malang. And then what we do to implement Profil Pelajar Pancasila, I think now the guru penggerak or sekolah penggerak and also the implementation of Profil Pelajar Pancasila is only elementary school, grade 1 and 4, SMP is grade 7, and then SMA is grade 10. And then the rest, they are still using curriculum 2013. Okay, but for the classes I mentioned, they already implement curriculum Merdeka. In curriculum Merdeka, you have to implement the Profil Pelajar Pancasila. What the teacher do in my lab school, SMP, for 2 weeks, the students, well, in Profil Pelajar Pancasila, for the project, there are 8 themes. Ya, ada 8 tema. And one of the themes is about entrepreneurship, kewirausahaan. And then the implementation in SMP lab is the teacher give them 2 weeks. Yeah, the teacher give them 2 weeks to work in a group, and then they have to create a business. Okay, but the business about the materials of the business is about something around the school. Yeah, in the school they have plants. They have what else? Yeah, I don't remember. They have a kind of plants called lidah buaya, and then they have also fruits, kinds of fruits. Then they have to create a kind of food or drink to be their business. Yeah, that is, in that case, then the students in that particular group should create something. They have to talk about the business with friends. You see that? They have to, that is gotong royong. You see that? And they have to be creative. They have to argue to each other. That is critical thinking. You see that? So the government expect that students try to work in a group to realize the 6 pillars of Profil Pelajar Pancasila. Is it clear? Who is asking, Pak Yansya? Oh, moderator?
Julianus Hareva.
Oh yeah, Julianus Hareva. Okay.
Yes.
Is it clear,
Ibu
Pak
Prof.
Julian? Is it clear, Julianus?
Speaking, Ibu Prof. Sri from University of North Sumatra in Medan.
Yeah, good.
Yes, of course, that was my question. But
yeah, okay.
I still need to ask for your confirmation. How about the implementation of Pancasila student profile to religious background institutions from tertiary to primary levels.
Mhm.
Ibu Prof. Thank you.
Yeah, Julianus, I think Pak Julianus from USU
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think I mentioned just now, you have to study your student characters first or characteristic. Let's say for SMP student, try to find something, a project, so that they can, well, for English, let's say for English. Let's say for English. Let me give you my own example. I'm teaching TEFL, okay? And then I try to explain the concept of models of learning according to curriculum 2013. Okay. Can anybody help me mentioning the models of learning according to curriculum 2013? How many are there? Come on. Models of learning according to 2013. How many models are there? This is TEFL. One. Okay. I help you to think. One is
learning.
What is it?
Discovery learning.
Very good, Bu Agustina. What else?
Project-based learning.
Good. What else?
Problem-based learning.
Yeah, good. Others?
What else?
Okay, let me mention. One is project-based learning. So, yeah, and then discovery, inquiry learning. And then problem-based learning. And then genre-based learning. Okay. Then I ask my students to work a project, Pak Julianus, to make a poster. Okay. One group deals with models of learning. Okay, let's say project-based. They have to mention the definition and the characteristic and procedure. Usually, this project for me only in 2 sessions, 2 times 50 minutes, and they have to finish it. You see that? That is making a poster. That is the project, making a poster. And then me as a teacher, as lecturer, I move around from one group to another to check whether they are on the right track or not. But I don't give them the theories at all. I ask them to look up website, find out project-based learning. What is it? What are the characteristics? How you will do it? Is it? After they finish, then the following session, in the following session, I ask them to put the poster in the walls in the classroom. And then each group will go to another group to learn each other. Okay? And then after that, I give them question. This is as my assessment for learning. What is right already and what is wrong and what is missing? So our duty here is to confirm whether the students on the right track or not. That's it, Pak. That is my project for university. Yeah, for TEFL.
Okay. But now, Ma'am Prof. Sri, the question is how to make sure that the Pancasila student profile is really implemented right from the lowest level, from the preschool level or from PAUD level up to the tertiary levels.
Okay, good, Pak. Okay, anybody can answer Pak Julianus' question?
Sorry to interrupt before they answer, Ma'am Prof, because there was a case last time, I think in, my apologies to you, Ma'am Prof. Sri. It happened in Malang City, preschool. I think there was one school which was not very Pancasila student profile, context of, instruction, which is not very supportive for
Well, I
our
think,
constitution.
there should be monitoring always, right? There should be supervision, monitoring, and evaluation. Okay, because that is also I do for all my schools. Okay, because lab school have partner schools, about 30 partner schools, and we try to monitor whether they are implementing or not. If not, then it is our duty to train them, because not all schools, not all teachers are trained about profil pelajar Pancasila. So it's not fair if we try to blame them, okay? But we try to talk to them. If you know better, try to provide trainings for them or workshop. That is what we do in our lab school. Yeah, I always train them. But I monitor first, I observe first what is missing. Okay, Pak Julianus?
Thank you, ma'am,
Hopefully it
Prof.
will help you. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am, Prof.
Yeah.
So thank you, Pak Julianus. But is it possible to have one questions?
One more question is okay.
Okay. One questions from Septiano Rahma, our student. So
okay, good.
What is the right strategy in understanding the curriculum that has just been issued and has become one of the goals of learning English? So strategy for pre-service teachers to understand this new curriculum.
Okay, good. Well, in my department just now, perhaps a week ago, we had a seminar. Yeah, I think for your students, try to have perhaps a seminar first, and then workshop for them. If they don't know how to implement this, or you can invite somebody from Dignas to give the implementation. Because we have IKM, Implementasi Kurikulum Merdeka. Yeah, we call it IKM. Yeah. So please have a look at the internet first, perhaps. If it is not clear, try to discuss with those who are expert in it. Yeah, I think we as lecturers, we have to improve ourselves. Why? Because we prepare prospective teachers. So we cannot get rid of them. Yeah, I think lecturers should study. I'm still learning, Pak Julianus, I'm still learning for this. Yeah, no worry, because life is dynamic. So no worry, as long as you are, you are curious to study, that's okay. Yeah, lifelong learning, right?
Okay, hopefully it's clear for Septiano Rahma. Actually, there are some questions from the participants, but unfortunately, time is up. Yeah. Now it's time for us to give token of appreciations to the speakers. Thank you, Ibu Luki, for providing your time and then giving such a great presentations. Well, this is our token of appreciations certificate.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Papa,
Yes.
perhaps also here, students and other lecturers, the English department of Universitas Negeri Malang will have, a big seminar, international seminar, Asia TESL. Please try to join. There are so many, latest issues of TESL, of ELT. Please try to join.
Okay.
Yeah, in August. Okay, thank you very much, Pak Yansha. And
Prof, before
Bina,
you, could you tell us where to get information about it? Just in the internet?
Website,
Okay.
website, and
Great.
then Asia.TESL. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Prof.
Yeah, it's available over there. Please try to join. You will see a lot of new things over there.
Sure.
Yeah, try to join seminar, workshop, okay, to improve yourself.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Well, so that's all for today's general lecture. Thank you for our lovely audience for attending this general lectures. Okay, now it's time for photo sessions.
Yeah, okay.
Please open your camera. Pamiftah will take the picture.
Okay, Bapak Ibu. So prepare yourself for taking the photos of our agenda today. I'll count from three, 3, 2. Okay, for the first slide, because we have 277 participants here, so I'll take several photos from our session. The first slide, 3, 2, 1. Okay, second slide.